Good morning, y'all. How you doing? It is Friday, the 24th of June, 2022, and you are visiting Kimmy's Real Adventures and Stuff. And for today's tips, I'm going to to go back to the free stuff and bargains for seniors. But the thought occurred to me. You don't necessarily have to be a senior to take advantage of what I'm speaking of, especially with the antiques. If you're a youngster who goes antiquing, I would see these tips being beneficial for you. And since I haven't read past antiques yet, just take into consideration any of the tips could be good for people of any age. So here we go, and I'm going to pick up where I left off. Today we're going to be talking about smart strategies for better bidding. Now, I think you could be any age to go to an auction. Anywho, bidding at an auction is a little like playing poker. You'd like to know the other bidder's intentions and at the same time keep your own strategy secret. It helps to watch your opponents during the bidding. Many experienced auction buyers also use the preview and registration periods to pick out and read potential competitors. During the auction, some experts prefer to stand at the back of the room so they can look over the entire crowd. Others say it's best to sit at one of the front corners where you can turn slightly and see almost everyone's face, but still be visible to the auctioneer. Then you can see the facial expressions and pick out the subtle bidding movements and some bidders use. Now that would be convenient, if that's the right word I want to use, if you're good at reading people's body language. Hold on, I got the sun shining on my face again. Boy, it's always happening, ain't it? Anyway, not everyone bids by shouting and waving their arms. You can also make sure the auctioneer isn't running up on the bid of his own, or running up the bid on his own. Okay, there's a little side note over here too I'm going to read. It says, a few tools will make your auction experience a lot easier. You never know when you have to peer into the dark corners. Check the measurement or identity, a tiny marking. Carry these in a small satchel, large purse, or fanny pack, and you'll be prepared for anything. And that includes a flashlight, a tape measure, a magnifying glass, screwdrivers, pliers, a notebook, and pen. Okay, now back to the paragraph at hand. It also helps to spot the professional dealers in the audience. They'll be the serious-looking bidders buying lots of items. Dealers have a good idea of how much something will bring at retail, so they will try to get it for 50 to 75% of that in the auction. If you want an item badly enough, you can go just a little higher and still be less than retail. Don't let the dealers trick you, though. They may quit bidding or say things to make you think the item isn't worth it, and then they sneak back in after you've dropped out. Those sneaky suckers. Well, way of the world, right? Greed, corporate, whatever. Save dollars, avoid a bidding war. All it takes is 2 determined potential buyers, and you have a bidding war. which translates to an inflated price for the item. Avoid getting into a bidding war where you'll probably start offering dollar amounts way beyond your original limit, or probably means. Don't express blatant enthusiasm over any item during the auction preview that could alert others to your find and increase the competition. Try to bid calmly and thoughtfully. Shouting, arms waving, or constantly holding your paddle in the air is not necessary or wise. Neither is letting on that you want an item, no matter what. Bidding early and ferociously makes others believe the item is worth bidding on. And offering your maximum amount early on means the price can only get higher as others join the bidding, leaving you out of the running. None of this really makes any sense to me because I've not done it and I've never been to an auction. So if any of you have been, then you know what the heck I'm talking about. Anywho, most professional auctioneers move an average of one item every minute. That's not a lot of time to dither. What the heck is dither? But plenty of time to join the fray without calling attention to your intentions. Okay, here's another side note. Pine furniture, an auction bargain. When you look for an antique bargain at an auction, think about pine wood furniture. Long considered the low end next to mahogany, cherry, maple, and even oak, pine is gaining prestige as a nice looking wood. Pine is nice. One of the pine's best features is its affordability. A 1900 pine cupboard will cost much less than one made of oak or cherry, for example. Pine's neutral color blends well with furniture from other woods, and it hides dust better than darker woods. It's also more comfortable, as you can tell by sitting on a pine chair seat compared to one made from mahogany or oak. Okay, now the last little paragraph in this chapter. Bottom feeders grab bargains. A great way to catch auction bargains is called a bottom feeding. An item that either didn't sell or didn't get the seller's reserve price is called a pass lot. You can place a private bid on that item immediately after it's taken off the block. It can be a little more work and take some time since the auction house must contact the seller, but if the seller is willing, you could walk away with a great buy. Okay, and that wraps up chapter 1 of Antiques, of free bargains and stuff for seniors or of all ages. Tomorrow or later on when I come back for another reading, we will be talking about appliances. Buying major appliances at half price. Ooh, that could be interesting. But for that, I recommend thrift stores, but try them out before you buy them. And that concludes today's video, or this moment's video, of free bargains and stuff for seniors and others. Can I add and others? Please join me, will you, for my upcoming videos and a lot of content. I'll be back later, probably with the next Bible reading. And I hope you have a very good day, and see ya!